Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. First and foremost, I got some live stream gameplay over here from my live stream from last night. It was a hell of a good time, and shout out to every single one of you guys that came by the live stream. I think there was like 5 or 6 of you. I know that not everybody talks when they come to the live stream, but if you happen to see this video and you're one of the few people that also didn't talk, I just wanted to say thank you very much for showing up. Just the fact that you're there watching means a whole hell of a lot to me. So as basic as that sounds, believe it or not, it actually just means the world to me. So thank you for stopping by. And you know, every so often whenever I do stream, sometimes when it comes to Call of Duty, sometimes very interesting subjects and scenarios kind of come up, which was pretty much the inspiration behind this video. And that is advanced movement. Now, when it comes to advanced movement, we pretty much had 2 different flavors. Not 3, but 2 different flavors of it. We had Advanced Warfare, and we had Black Ops 3. Now, Infinite Warfare, I don't count because Infinite Warfare was the same as Black Ops 3 pretty much. Just slightly, with my experience, it felt slightly faster and slightly smoother. Not that Black Ops 3's wasn't smoother or anything like that, but it seems like Infinity Ward pretty much kind of took it, did a little copy and paste, and a little tiny modification of whatever that was. They put the Infinity Ward touch, so to speak, on it. So, but all in all, it was pretty much the same as Black Ops 3. So those are the 2 kind of flavors that we got. So now, the big question that I got is, which was kind of mentioned in the stream, was, well, will we ever, do you think we'll ever, well, the thing is, I was asked, we were talking about advanced movement, and the big question that I have is, as of right now, is like, will we ever get advanced movement again? And I don't know. I mean, Call of Duty has gone in pretty much every single direction. The fans have pretty much spoken that they prefer boots on the ground. But at the same time, just how much of a percentage actually prefer boots on the ground, and how many people just don't mind advanced movement? Because, like, I am constantly surprised. Whenever I get on and I stream this game specifically, or even Infinite Warfare, I've gotten some of the most viewers during live streams when I've streamed Infinite Warfare as well as Advanced Warfare, this game here. So there's a lot more, I have this feeling that there's a lot more diversity to our community than even we think. Or maybe even, you know, I mean, seriously, there's a lot of diversity. And the thing is, and the other thing is, like, why would people prefer boots on the ground over advanced movement, or why vice versa? So with that being said, and with Call of Duty going in every single direction, I mean, we've gone to the future, we've gone to the past, and we're in the present. We've done the slight future, we've done the in-betweens. I mean, we've pretty much done pretty much everything but cartoons at this point, right? When it comes to Call of Duty. So with that being said, history, not just with Call of Duty, but with everything, history has a funny way of repeating itself. So with that being said, do you guys think that we will ever get advanced movement ever again? And if so, do you guys think that they're going to come up with something new that we quite haven't experienced before? Which I don't know how exactly, because, well, what more can you do with advanced movement, you know, other than jetpacks and stuff like that? But I mean, you just never know, really. I mean, these creators, I mean, God knows how they think of some of this stuff or whatnot. But the thing is, if we do, first of all, do you think we'd get advanced movement ever again? And if so, how long? And at the same time, what form will it take? Will it be similar to what Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare was? Or do you guys think it's going to be different? Or do you guys think it's going to be kind of like a hybrid system somehow, to where they kind of incorporate both, but you won't be able to spam it as much, and the maps will be slightly kind of like a hybrid in terms of design for advanced and boots on the ground system? I mean, I know I'm talking Black Ops 3 here when I'm saying this, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's so many different factors that can go into it. Like this game here, if you think about it, when it comes to advanced movement, the only thing that makes the advanced movement in this game here, Advanced Warfare, fancy, so to speak, is the fact that it's vertical. There's a lot of verticality. You basically go from being boots on the ground to way the fuck up in the air in just a split second. So with Black Ops 3 and in Infinite Warfare, they slowed that portion down, but at the same time, there was wall running, which there's not in this game. So there was a lot more that you could do, despite the fact that it was slower. There was a lot, and not as vertical. Well, I don't even know if slower is the correct word. I mean, the fact that even though it wasn't as vertical, in terms of how fast you can be vertical and how high you can get up there from just being boots on the ground, They had the wall running as well, and you can actually gain some more momentum from wall running, especially in Infinite Warfare if you had the momentum perk going. So yeah, I find the subject very interesting, and the fact that, especially with my streams being the proof that there's a lot of diversity in our community in terms of what we prefer and what people like as compared to what they didn't like. Because every single time I stream Advanced Warfare, I always get it for somebody like me, from my size over on Twitch, I always get a decent amount of viewers. Now, granted, it's also, you know, the time and what days of the week I stream and what time of the day I stream that plays a role as well sometimes. But for the most part, though, whenever I do stream Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare, my views are pretty good. I mean, granted, my views are usually the same regardless of what Call of Duty I play, if memory serves correct. I mean, obviously, if I play Halo, my views are like 1. So 1 or 2. So, you know, I want to know exactly where you guys stand, because I find it fascinating and kind of surprising, because I thought that we were a little bit more one-sided, but apparently that's not the case. It's not so cut and dry as we believe. Our opinions and our personal tastes of Call of Duty are a little bit more complicated than just black and white at this point, honestly. So with that being said, that's why I decided to make this video. I found the subject to be quite interesting, and I'm really curious to your feedback. I want to know exactly where you lie on the subject. I know that people that naturally play more aggressive would probably lean a little bit more towards the advanced movement because it favors their play style. But there's also people that are also aggressive players that prefer boots to the ground. Okay, and at the same time, vice versa. I mean, I don't know, some campers might even like advanced movement too, because they actually take a lot of joy in shooting people out from the sky or whatnot, or they know, or they're very smart campers, and what they'll do is they'll tactically position themselves on a certain part of the map, and they will counter those aggressive players that are not so smart, for the ones that are not smart or as smart, and just take advantage of that. I mean, I don't know. This is one of the reasons why I'm asking you guys and why I made this video, because obviously it doesn't just run as black and white as I thought it did, or maybe as much as we thought it did. So where do you lie on the subject? What is your opinion? Do you believe that we will ever go back to boots on the ground? Because it's been a mixed bag in terms of the feedback the community has given the developers in terms of their opinion of advanced movement and boots on the ground and stuff like that. Because in the first month or so of Advanced Warfare, everybody seemed to love the living hell out of it. And with the reveal, everybody seemed to love the living hell out of it. Okay. And then a month later, a lot of people actually didn't like it. I personally think, and I mentioned this on stream, I personally think that the biggest sin that this game here, Advanced Warfare, committed was the fact that there were no additional layouts for the controller, or button layouts or whatever, or stick layouts or whatever you want to call it. There were no additional layouts. There was no bumper jumper option. There was no stick and move. So people that had a SCUF or that played claw or that had an elite controller definitely did have a very, especially with this game with the verticality and the way the advanced movement worked, they definitely had a big advantage, which is also another reason why this game also felt like that there was tremendous skill-based matchmaking. Now, whether there was or not, I mean, it certainly definitely felt like there was when this game was in its life cycle. But that obviously, the subject of skill-based matchmaking is always going to be up for debate. I know that, especially since we don't have all the proof in our hands and all that kind of stuff, and there seems to be mixed sources of data when it comes to this whole thing. But the thing is, when it comes down to it, where do you guys lie on this? Will we ever get advanced movement again? And what do you think? Or do you have any ideas that you would give to the devs if they did give us advanced movement again? Or are you one of those guys that prefers strictly boots on the ground with a balanced gameplay to where you can play any style you want, but granted you do it correctly, the game rewards you like it should? But anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. Thank you very much for those of you who stopped by the stream again yesterday. Thank you to everybody else who's watching this video right now. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.